arrived today with the cast from Oedipus the King to get a behind-the-scenes look on what happened. So help me give a warm welcome to our guests, Jocasta, Oedipus, and the Shepherd. Okay, so Jocasta, let's start from the beginning. What happened when you and Laius had your first son?
Okay, well, we received a prophecy from the oracle that told us that if we kept him, that he would marry his mother and kill his father. And so we decided it would be best if we just gave him to a shepherd so he would do away with him.
Okay. So shepherd number 2, what was your reaction to Jocasta's demands?
Well, I didn't have the heart to kill a baby, so I gave it to a family that I knew was sterile, and I knew that they could raise the baby and give him a good life.
Jocasta, did you ever think for a second that the baby would still be alive?
Not at all. I gave the orders to the shepherd and asked the queen, and I expected him to follow them.
Oedipus, you were told the same prophecy as a child, that you would kill your father and marry your own mother. Once you left Corinth and your family, did you ever think that the prophecy would follow you?
You know, I lived in fear every day, but I just didn't see how it could come true.
When you realized that Oedipus was going to talk to the shepherd and finally learn the truth about his life, what were your feelings?
I was really scared and nervous that the shepherd would tell Oedipus the truth.
So why didn't you just tell him then before he went to the shepherd?
I was hoping that the shepherd wouldn't tell him the truth.
Before Oedipus confronted you that day, had you ever thought about finding him and finally telling him the truth?
Well, I wanted to tell him, but he was the king and I wasn't sure what his reaction would be to it.
So what went through your head when the shepherd finally revealed the truth?
Well, you know, Ashley, I was upset and furious with the family that adopted me for not telling me that I was adopted. And I was pretty upset with the shepherd over here for not telling me in the first place what had happened. My bad.
So, Jocasta, what made you think that running back to the palace to hang yourself was the best solution?
I didn't really know how to handle it. I was ashamed of the truth, and I didn't know how Oedipus would react around me if I were to see him again.
So, Oedipus, throughout this whole thing, what would you say has been the hardest part?
I would say the hardest part would be for my children. They're going to have it a lot tougher for what I've done with my mother.
So now that you're a ghost, if you could go back and change anything or do anything differently, would you?
I think if I could go back and do everything over again, I would, because I would have just killed him by myself. I wouldn't have wasted the time giving him to the shepherd, because it just caused conflict.
Whoa!
Get out of here.
Okay, well that's it for today's show. Please don't forget to join us next week with our special interview with the Bennett sisters from Pride and Prejudice.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.